Amoli Prabhu, you want to read?
Comment?
Tu veux lire la prière?
Ah, yes. Om Maganati Mirandasya. Attends, je lis tout ou je lis.
Oui, tout. Comme
Ah, ok.
d'habitude, on fait.
Excuse me, excusez-moi pour mes offenses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Maganati Mirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasma Shri Purave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutare Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamaram Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajaivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganararita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Krishna Banusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakarpatarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktarinda Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hare Hari Rama 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 Hari Hare Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hare Hare Rama Rama Hari Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hare Hare Rama Rama Hari Hare Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Right.
Thank you so much, Amari Prabhu. That was
Jai.
really
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhupada.
okay. So here yesterday, we went through this knowledge of the machine,
Yes.
of this beautiful, complex machine.
Beautiful,
Creates
complex
gas.
machine. It's great.
Okay, then we continue with more machines.
Oh, great.
Okay, there are two basic shortcomings in this scenario. So the yesterday scenario. First, it involves a truly impressive speculative leap from limited experience with subatomic particles in the laboratory to the universe as a whole. Stephen Hawking and G.F.R. Ellis, is this Sagely? Yeah, maybe Sagely. Warned their colleagues, yeah, this text is weird. It's like half-cut. Warned their colleagues who would without hesitation hurl themselves headlong into such wild speculation. There is, of course, a large extrapolation in the assumption that the physical laws one determines in the laboratory should apply to other points of space-time where conditions may differ. Second, it is actually misleading to speak of the quantum mechanical vacuum. So the machine is misleading, it said here. Literally nothing. To describe a quantum mechanical vacuum, even the relatively simple one of currently existing theory, requires chapters upon chapters of highly abstract mathematics. Such an entity is certainly something. It's not nothing. And this raises the interesting question of where such a complicated vacuum might come from. At this point, let us return to the original problem God was trying to solve with his inflationary model, trying to eliminate the need for fine-tuning the initial conditions in order to obtain the observed universe. As we have seen, he hasn't succeeded. But another problem is this. Does any version of the Big Bang Theory, including God's, really predict the observed universe? What God says he finally gets out of his complicated initial state is a universe about 4 inches across. Filled with nothing more than a uniform superdense superheated gas. Yeah. Okay, we can accept the machine, the blue machine. It creates some gas But how from the gas something life comes from? So just by superheating gas, can you make life? That's weird. Why they don't make it
Yeah.
laboratory? They just take some gas and just heat it really much. Then it should become a Narada Muni or something, some living entity, I think. But it's not working. This will expand and cool, but there is no reason to suppose that it will ever become more than a cloud of uniformly disturbed gas. In fact, this is all that any of the Big Bang theories leave you with. So if God's present theory requires implausible tinkering simply to yield a universe consisting of uniformly distributed gas, then we can just imagine what would be necessary to get it to yield the universe as we know it today. Yeah, imagine you need just such a big complex machine of quantum vacuum to create just a gas. Imagine how much huge machine you need to create life from that gas.
Yes. Yes. True.
In a good scientific explanation, many complex phenomena can be deduced from a simple theoretical scheme, but in God's inflationary universe, and indeed in the standard Big Bang theories, we have just the opposite. From a very complex tangle of equations, we just get an expanding uniform ball of gas. Despite this, science magazines run articles about the inflationary model, complete with pages of high-text illustrations that give the impression God has finally achieved the ultimate goal, explaining the origin of the universe. Not quite, it seems perhaps they should run regular columns in the science magazines featuring the universal origin theories of the month. We can just imagine the complexity of the initial conditions necessary to produce the universe as we know it, with all its varied structures and organisms. In our own universe, these conditions seem to have been arranged far too precisely to be explained simply by physical laws. Yeah, it's actually impossible. By these laws that just by these physical laws without anything going beyond those, it's really hard to create life.
Yes.
Thus, one could conceivably argue in favor of the designer. At this point, some noted theorists, unable to consider such an idea, take shelter of what they call the anthropic principle. They propose that the quantum mechanical vacuum is producing universes by the millions. The great majority are not constituted so as to produce life. Yeah, they say that there is millions and billions of universes that have no life in them. And this one universe, it's really rare universe because here we have some life. So we cannot, we cannot understand this because there is so much opportunity. There is so small chance for this, and there is so many other universes that don't have life. So they say you just cannot understand the concept of chance, they say like this.
Yeah. Yes.
These universes therefore do not contain observers who could study their conditions. However, other universes, including our own, are constituted so as to have proper produced observers. And it is therefore not surprising that these observers would discover that their universe possesses some rather startlingly precise conditions to allow for the existence of life. According to this line of reasoning, the observers should not accept to find anything other than such improbable complex conditions. In effect, supporters of the anthropic principle take the very existence of human beings as the explanation of why the universe is so constituted as to have produced human beings. But its logical sleight of hand isn't an explanation of anything. So they say that because there is human, that is the proof of this Big Bang and this evolution process. They say that this human is living evidence. Another form of verbal jugglery is to say straight out, as many scientists do, that the universe has occurred by causeless chance. But it must be pointed out that this also is not an all explanation. See, here is the machine that produces some created things by chance. So sometimes it creates some rubble.
And what is the definition of chance.
Yes, Prabhu. But this means chance, they say. That if you have like a machine that creates something, that machine that creates, parts of robots. So this is a machine that creates robot parts. So is it possible that sometimes it happens because it randomly makes, the body parts of a robot? That is, it is possible that sometimes by accident, by chance, the parts of the robots come out of the machine all assembled, and the robot is already by chance. But often it comes like this. So they say that
Yes.
by chance it's possible that the robot will come as fully built, or see it's conscious already. It's thinking, why I'm
Yes,
born?
but
What is my origin? It's thinking.
yes, but the point is that what is the origin of that chance? You know, chance come. Why did it come? Actually,
Yes,
this
Prabhu.
is yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. And this chance doesn't mean an action. Actually, it's explained in this
Yes,
because
yes.
it's not some action.
Mhm.
Can you say that I'm going to do chance? What does that mean?
No,
Can you
no,
do
it
chance?
doesn't
No,
mean.
it's an adjective, it's
Yeah,
it's an indicator. That's the real word, because it indicates
yeah,
if something will happen with some certain possibility or not happen. But for that, you need to be able to observe it over and over again. 10 times you flip a coin. You observe it the 10 times, and 50 times it turns the other way, and 50 times it turns the other way. This is called chance. So they say 50% chance of turning this way, but it doesn't mean that the chance is flipping the coin. Some person is flipping the coin. It's not chance flipping the coin. So they cannot say that chance is the cause of anything.
no, they cannot say that. Actually, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. See, here is about the chance. Chance and the origin of the universe. Some scientists are using the concept of chance in a way that mislead the public. Unable to explain the origin of the universe by physical laws, they assert that it was somehow caused by chance. But such statements are not meaningful. To make any statement about the chance event meaningful, many repetitions of the event in question are required. See? And because this universe was created by it was created once. They cannot observe this universe being created 100 times to say that this time was chance. It
Yes,
either was created or it wasn't created. There is no observable chance in this, because you cannot go to the beginning of universe and observe it many times.
no.
And this most observable, for example, we can flip a coin many times and note the results. We can see that they correspond to a statistical pattern indicating a 50% probability that heads will turn up rather than tails. The word chance, therefore, does not actually refer to a cause. It refers only to a certain type of pattern in the results of an operation repeated a sufficient number of times. See, this is the key.
Yes, yes.
But they're confused. I was also confused before. I was trying to think that what action really this chance is, because they were saying,
Yes.
like, if you ask them, what does the chance do? What does it do? They cannot explain, because they don't know what the chance is actually.
Yes, and what the point that you made before that, it say it the type of pattern in the result of an operation repeated
Yeah.
a sufficient number of time.
Yes,
This is the key.
yeah.
They cannot, yeah, they cannot say that they didn't watch the universe.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Only
They
Brahma,
don't know.
only Lord Brahma could talk about this.
Yes, yes, true. So we are comforting our position in our Shastra,
Yes, Prabhu.
We must refer to authority
Yeah.
because we don't know. We didn't see,
Yes,
It
Prabhu.
wasn't there.
Yeah. Upon recognizing a such pattern, we can say there is a 50% chance that the tossed coin will come up heads. Now imagine we could toss a given coin only once and it come up heads. If someone asked why that result happened, we might give a causal explanation or say that we don't know, but it would not be meaningful to say it happened by chance. See, you have a possibility to throw the coin only one time. So it will land either head or tails, but you cannot say that it's going by chance in that scenario because you can only flip it once. So there is actually no chance. It either goes that way or other way.
The other way, yeah. Yes.
Because if you haven't ever seen the coin flip to tails, you cannot say that it's possible because you haven't ever observed it going to tails. If you only flip it once and it lands to heads, you must say that it lands to heads because you don't have experience of the coin ever landing to tails. So now what about the universe?
How can it works on the karma of before we past like what does we say again?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that's always related to karma, not chance. They have replaced this karma word with chance. Yeah, and the chance itself, it doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't have any philosophy. If you say karma, automatically inside there is a big philosophy. But if you say chance,
That's
there is
true.
no philosophy inside it.
That's true, exactly.
So now what about the universe? It is not possible for us to observe more than one appearance of a universe. We can only see the one we are in. The origin of the universe is thus one-time event, and statements about it that involve chance are meaningless according to the rules of quantitative science. See. We cannot say that this universe, that there was a chance that this universe never was created, because there is no such chance. We can only see that this universe was created. So would they say 50% chance that it was created and not created? That doesn't make sense because they never observed it being not created.
Okay, these are all done in what you say? In our it all works on the spiritual idea. That's what you say, spiritual platform like that.
Yes, Prabhu, your voice is a little bit like I couldn't hear anything, like everything.
Oh, sorry. It works all like in spiritual platform, I can say.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this chance is just speculation. It's not scriptural thing. Nevertheless, some theorists continue to speak of universe emerging from the quantum mechanical vacuum by chance. See, first there was the machine only, and now they brought chance to that machine. So now there's, see, if someone gave you a religion like this, he gave you, oh, here's the God, it's this quantum vacuum machine, and here is the power of God, that's chance. So this is God. If someone gave this to someone and said, okay, believe in this, how can they believe? So it's so weird, actually.
Yeah, this lacks something substantial.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, this is called blind faith. Because when you go to the school and someone tells you that, oh, here is a study, newest study, the gravity works like this. But they never showed you how the gravity works or how you can observe it or what these things are. But they just said, here is a new study, read the study results and accept this. This is called blind faith, actually, because they cannot give ways to observe these things. But when they
And
ask, yes,
they are
bro.
very good for tell you that accept those things. But
Yeah.
when we are telling them to accept authorities of Shastra, they will not accept.
Yes, bro. They say this
But
is this is fanaticism. It's so weird, actually, because they cannot see the same thing in their own action. How can they be so doublicious? They say you're fanatism, but when I accept some scientist, when we see if anyone Googles how, what is the word? How reliable the science is, immediately they notice that it's not reliable because there is too much possibility of, because even if scientific method was perfect, how can we trust that the data given us is perfect? Because usually anyone who counts the data, if someone needs to count that, you know, anything, and he takes the data that he makes the calculation with, how can he be sure that the given data is right if he didn't himself gather the data?
Yes.
Someone could have, you know, put his own numbers there. How can he make
Mm.
sure? All science work
Mm.
on this, it's based on faith only.
Yes, it's true.
So if someone is rich person, he can give a little bit money and say, okay, put 1 0 there and other 0 there and count with those numbers. And then the result is different, and then they accept that result. For example, is
So-
something dangerous? Let's take example, some vaccine, for example. If
Mhm.
there has to be study, is this dangerous or not dangerous? Then there is the data. How can they know that this who is selling this, for example, the vaccine, is not giving the data? How can they know?
Mm.
They just accept it like blindly, that this authority is good. I don't need to double check. I will accept it. He's scientist.
Yes. So within themselves, they have no difficulty to just accept it blindly, but others philosophy they just
Yes, Prabhu. This has
disapprove.
actually, it has a name. It's a real thing that is happening in science, and it's studied also.
Okay.
What is the word? Yeah, here. What is an example of scientific dishonesty? Making up
Dishonest.
data or results, fabrication, changing or misreporting data or results, falsification, and using the ideas or words of another person without giving appropriate credit, plagiarism, all strike at the heart of the values of what science is based. See, these are the problems, and this comes from the 4 defects. One is, you know, every living entity has the tendency to cheat. So here is
Yes.
where it comes. So this is also
Yes.
population, and it fails on the cheating propensity, fabrication and falsification. All the scientists are under this. So how can they accept blindly? Every scientific study that we get, we would need to double check it in nature. We would need it, like we do with Shastra. Someone says that in Shastra this happens like this. Usually we see it happening in nature or somewhere. We get some observable example, then we accept it.
Yes.
And
True.
this thing is opposite, because they just accept whatever is given. And even though it changes, now someone says like this, they accept that. It changes, again, they will accept the changed version, and they don't even question why it changed. If this is
Yes.
perfect, why
True.
change?
Yes. True. Like we are doing Japa.
Yes.
We can experience by we can have the result, and we can experience it, but and we can know what he does to us, so we can experience it fully, but
Yes.
and we can share with others our experience too. That this is real science actually. We just go through it and just experience it and just observe what it does to us, and just share the result with other person, so that we can have some more information, you know. So they yes, they are very delusional, yeah, speculative.
And then they use this method too. This is one scientist argued with me with this thing. He said that it must be able to be tested and conceivable proven false. For example, the hypothesis that all swans are white can be falsified by observing a black swan. So this person was arguing with me that if you cannot prove something false, then that is not scientifically, it cannot be scientifically true. So if you're trying to prove that all the swans are white, so it will be falsified by observing a black swan. So by that you know that it is true that all swans cannot be white. But this also we can say a spiritual example, because you can see that all spiritual persons are all spiritually pure persons are perfect. So it's kind of like the white swans, and that can be falsified by observing the atheist person. So why this doesn't work on the Sastra also? Their falsification theory thing. Everything is there actually
Yeah.
observable.
Yes. Yes. So they just don't accept
Yes, because
Shastra.
it's real scientific method, because all those methods can be, it's included, all their methods is included in this Vedic Sastra.
Yes.
Would like they are they are only depending on the nations like India, Germany, China. They are improving so much here, and we also improve. We also we, our nation also we have to develop like this, like that. They will what we say or that word. Uh, like that our nations also be in first in all the developing the new technologies, so they are all in that background.
Yes, Prabhu. See this point? Any divergence from these norms undermines the integrity of research for that individual lab, university, corporation, and the field as whole. See, if there is any discrepancy, if there is any sign of cheating, that thing undermines the whole integrity of that lab, university, or corporation. See, so if they say that if there is observed any defects or any cheating inside of some lab or university, then the whole thing is undermined as it's it's not proper though, so that's not scientific lab then. But the cheating is everywhere, so how can they say like this? If this is their criterion, then every place is imperfect.
Yes, sir.
It may be valid to apply chance to events that can be repeated and observed in the laboratory. But in the case of the universe, where such repetition and observation are impossible in principle, chance is meaningless. Thus, it is useless to attempt to use quantum theory to explain the origin of the universe. One might imagine a hypothetical trans-universal being who can observe the origin of many universes and compute statistics about them. Yeah, I think I don't know if this is Lord Brahma even. Is this only Vishnu? Trans-universal being who can observe the origin of
Yes,
many
Prabhu.
universes. Because I don't know if Lord
Yes,
Brahma
Prabhu.
can see the other universes.
Like
Do you know?
because like because Brahma only created, no, Prabhu.
Yes,
So
Prabhu. Lord Brahma was created inside this universe, so I don't think Lord Brahma
But
can see other universes, maybe.
there are millions
no.
of Lord Brahma
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
and millions of universe. So I don't think that he knows about the other universe, because it in the Canto 2 it explained that he
Yeah,
doesn't know actually, and
yeah,
the Lord
that's
give him the knowledge
yeah. Only when
that
Krishna showed the other Brahmas, only then he knew that there is other
yes,
Brahma.
yes,
Yeah, that's right.
yes,
So this is only about Vishnu, a universal being who can observe the origin of many universes. So that's Vishnu.
Mm, this is Vishnu, yeah,
Yes, Prabhu.
and this is universe, yeah, this is uh, the real, yeah, this is Krishna, yes, this
Yes,
is
Prabhu.
Krishna. Mm.
Yeah. So only Krishna can calculate the chance of universe being created or not created, because he's the only one
Yeah,
who sees many universes being created.
yes. So we find the origin, no?
Prabhu, is this new book now started?
What, Prabhu?
Is this new book or no? Like recently started to
Oh,
reading
but
session?
but this is a magazine only. It's not like book.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Yeah, we will just like quickly go through it. Then we start the Prabhupada book. This is done by, I think, Swarup Damodar and like few other scientific devotees.
Okay, bro.
One might imagine a hypothetical, we read that, thus rendering statements about the chance origin of universe meaningful, both, but how could we obtain such information unless we could actually communicate with this being? This is tantamount to saying there is a God and that we can communicate with him about the origin of the universe, a possibility modern science rejects. See. Why this is not one of their scientific theories that they're studying?
Yes, this is the question.
Yes, bro. To say that something happens once by chance is in a sense no different than simply saying it happened or there it is.
Absolutely, they have no clue. They have no clue, you know, just helpless.
Yeah, actually, if someone asks why the universe was created, one says
It happened.
by chance, one says it happened. Both gives the same amount of information.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Oh,
Why is the sun rising today? It's just there. Just there it is. The sun appeared. So
this is science.
and these statements do not qualify scientific explanations. In the end, you wind up knowing no more than you did before. In other words, by invoking either chance or the anthropic principle, the scientists have not actually explained anything about the origin of the universe. At this point, the theorists could perhaps forgive us for suggesting that their chosen methods might not be quite adequate for the task at hand. Indeed, it appears, in addition to the problems we have already discussed, that the general relativity and quantum mechanics, the two intellectual tools with which the cosmologists are attempting to define the development of the universe, contain certain flaws. It is true. Where it is? It is true that these theories have been very successful in describing certain physical phenomena, but this does not prove they are perfect in all respects. General relativity describes curved spacetime and is an integral part of every current theory of universal origins, including the Big Bang theory and God's inflationary model. See, they have so many theories actually. They're confused with the names. If general relativity is in need of revision in any way, then any universal theories based on it will also need to be revised. One major difficulty with general relativity and Einstein's early theory of special relativity is that they rule out the time as we commonly understand it. In Newtonian physics, time is treated as a variable separate from space. In this way, it is possible to chart the path of an object moving in space and time in the following way. At a particular point in time, the object is located at a particular point in space. As time varies, the position of the object in space varies. See, here it's explained why you cannot count the time and the location of the object at the same time. No, I mean, is it speed? I forgot it. But in Einstein's theory of relativity, this conception evaporates. Instead, time and space are wedded together in a four-dimensional space-time continuum. It is no longer possible to describe an object as occupying a particular point in space at a particular point in time. A relativistic description of an object will show its spatial and temporary existence in its entirety merged from beginning to end. Wherever it is happening, for instance, a human being would be depicted as the entire progression from an embryo to corpse. Such constructs are labeled space-time worms. And physics does not permit the space-time worm to say, now I'm an adult and I used to be a child. What is this actually? What is this space-time worm?
I don't know at all. This is so confusing.
Yes, bravo. There is no passage of time. The whole sequence exists as one unit. If we are space-time worms, we are just configurations of matter, not personalities with consciousness. Defining human beings in that way invalidates our individual perception of past, present, and future, and thus leads to the conclusion that such perceptions are unreal. In a letter to Michael Besso, Einstein wrote, "You have to accept the idea that subjective time with its emphasis on the now has no objective meaning." When Besso died, Einstein tried to console his widow by writing, "Michael has preceded me a little in leaving this strange world. This is not important. For us who are convinced physicists, the distinction between past, present, and future is only an illusion. However persistent, this is in effect a denial of consciousness, which entails the reality of the present experienced moment." We experience our present form as real, whereas our infant form exists only in memory. As consciousness beings, we can definitely experience that we do occupy a particular bodily form at a particular point of time, despite the fact that relative theory converts a series of events into a single unified spatio-temporal entity. We actually experience in sequence different points in time. What all this means is that every theory of universal origins built around relative theory fails to explain our conscious experience of time, thus making these theories as they stand incomplete and unacceptable. So they're incomplete. Quantum physics. They can only explain like one small action in a series of many actions. They can only explain like why one, but they cannot explain why it's all connected and what is, so it's incomplete. Quantum physics and reality. All of the current cosmological theories also depend upon quantum mechanics, which defines the activity of atomic and subatomic particles. Quantum physics differs in fundamental ways from classical Newtonian physics. Classical physics concerns itself with the behavior of solid matter, but quantum physics is concerned only with mathematical expressions of observations and measurements. Solid material reality evaporates. Nobel laureate physicist Werner Heisenberg declared, "It turns out that we can no longer talk of the behavior of the particle apart from the process of observation. In consequence, we are finally led to believe that the laws of nature which we formulate mathematically in quantum theory no longer deal with the particles themselves, but with our knowledge of elementary particles. In addition to the experiment," but see, imagine these Gyanis and what they are, they cannot find the origin ever by this. Just get deeper in this confusion.
Yes, true.
Because now
This is so confusing.
yeah, now they went from particles to some. Now they went from normal particles to some elementary particles. So what are these things? In addition to the experimental apparatus, the observer had to be brought into the analysis as an explicit element distinct from the apparatus. But there are fundamental problems in applying quantum mechanics to the universe. By definition, the universe includes all observers, so you cannot have an outside observer of a universal physical system. In an attempt to formulate a version of quantum mechanics that does not require an outside observer, eminent physicists such as John Wheeler have proposed that the universe continuously splits into innumerable copies. Yeah, I heard this one.
I heard this one too.
Yes, Prabhu. They say that in parallel, in some other universe, they are also living, and there their family is perfect. Their wife is 10 times more beautiful. Their child is much better. They are saying that now I got lost into this wrong dimension.
Yes,
Each
so like Kailash Prabhu also telling that in different planets there are different different like living beings, like you as you told, like so beautiful, and they are two height and two strength, like that.
like description in each planet there is description. Like, how did it go? I didn't fully understand, Prabhu.
Okay. Like Prahlad Prabhu also told, telling that in other planets, like they are in full so beautiful, and they are like they will live. They will their height was too too long. Like in different shastras, it will tell like that. Prahlad Prabhu was saying that.
Yes, Prabhu, but even in this planet they were also really tall. So in every planet I think the size has diminished a lot.
Okay.
Okay, reacting to this, Price DeWitt, writing in Physics Today, states, I still recall the shock I experienced on first encountering the multi-world concept. The idea of 10 to the 100 plus slightly imperfect copies of oneself all constantly splitting into further copies, which ultimately become unrecognizable. It's not easy to reconcile with common sense. Yes, none of these are easy to reconcile with common sense. But they say that because this is so complex, so it is true. And if you don't understand it, then you're just stupid. But as intelligent persons, we can understand this. See, here it is schizophrenia with a vengeance. If scientists want the Big Bang theory of the origin of the universe that can be consistent with quantum mechanics, this is one of the bizarre hypotheses they are forced to come up with. Yeah, see, if they try to follow all the rules of their different mechanics and different things they have found, the laws of nature, then just by those, without any designer, they will come up with only hypotheses like these. And they're not perfect also, so that's the problem. If it was perfect, then we could compare it with the, either with there being a supreme being and their theory, if it was perfect. But the problem is that it's not perfect. It's same as, comparing a sports car to a car that is in the garage that is half built. How can you compare, a Ferrari to a car in a garage that is half built?
Yes.
It's not comparable because the other one is
No.
a real car even. It just looks like.
Yeah.
But even more problems lie ahead on the path of materialistic reduction that most scientists are treading. It's bad enough that both general relativity and quantum mechanics lead to bizarre and unrealistic consequences when applied to cosmological questions. But these difficulties are compounded to an what is this word? Exasperating. It means disappointing.
Yes, yes. We
Be-
have the same word in French.
yes, bro. Yeah, this was
Exasperate.
by the fact that the scientist hopes to properly describe the universe and its beginning depend upon combining both theories. The proposed result would be a grand unified theory. God, capable of describing all the forces at work in the universe by a single comprehensive mathematical expression. General relativity is required to explain the basic structure of space-time. Quantum mechanics is needed in order to explain the behavior of subatomic particles. Unfortunately, these two theories apparently contradict each other. So see, their main two theories of creation contradict each other. And they say these cannot, if one is not included, then it's not working. It's not possible to create life. One is not working, but also they're contradicting. So how this can be explained?
So it's a fail.
Yeah, but they say in future we will find a mathematical way to combine all these theories.
Yes, all by chance.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. So like in my college, like parents meeting is there. Then sir, like seeing by my Tilak and in front of other, they are telling that why are you why are you in Krishna consciousness? You can see in Krishna like in fluxes, and like it is belongs to electrical energy, So like they are telling in flux also you can see God, and you can see in current also, and you can see in science also, like that in nonsense.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
They
they
are
think
all
God is some energy. They think God
yes,
means
Prabhu, exactly like that only. They are thinking like that nonsense, and they are telling there is, and they are telling God has no form. They are telling we
Yeah.
are created God, like that they are telling.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this Tadvai
Yeah.
Prabhu was talking about this in some recent lecture, but I forgot what he said. He talked directly about this goddess energy thing. He said something really funny, but I forgot what he said. It was nice explanation.
They are all like, why they don't understand too. Like,
Yes, Prabhu. But when
they,
they ask you that why are you Krishna conscious, you should ask them why are you not happy? Then let them answer why they're not happy. Like they know they're crying every day, but they don't know why they're crying, and yet they come to you and ask why you're Krishna conscious. I would ask why you're crying every day, why you're complaining so much, why your life is miserable. They cannot answer.
yes, yes, bro.
Like why you
But
do so many things. You go to movie, you go there, you do this, you that. Still, you come home and you're not happy. You want to do something more next day. Never satisfied.
yes, bro. But I they are telling I have read Bhagavad Gita also, and Krishna says like this, like this, like the saying. Understanding is not that much.
Yes, Prabhu.
But,
Yeah, because they think that they can read Bhagavad Gita and then they
mm,
can finish it, they think. That's
yes,
the problem. Because people read it one time and then they think that, oh, now I have finished this Bhagavad Gita.
yes.
But when you ask them what is the most important verse, they ask they say what? Yeah, actually, this is a good question. Every time someone says that, oh, I have already read the Bhagavad Gita, then ask, okay,
Yes, Prabhu.
what do you think was the most important verse? Then let them see if they really read it or not.
Like as you told, like they think that they have they have extra energy, like they act like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
according to them.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like how we like what we say, how we associate with them, like that, like people, how we can associate through.
We should somehow try to question their understanding of the universe, because if we question it, then they understand that this we cannot explain it, then they lose faith to it. Similarly, if someone asks you some hard question and you cannot explain it and you feel defeated, automatically you lose faith to Krishna consciousness if you get defeated. Also, if you defeat them or make them not being able to answer some question, then they will lose faith to their scientific religion thing.
Okay.
Usually I don't like to explain to these people a lot, but I ask questions for them, like I was inquiring. And then when they talk, then I point out that the defects, what they're talking. And then they can explain, because it's better to make them talk, because if you talk, they will just argue. They will find points and they will say, no, this is this.
Yes, Prabhu. Like that.
If you just ask questions and play like you're trying to learn, then they must explain
Yes,
to you.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the best way actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they will defend themselves.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. This I learned from the seniors.
This is great advice.
Prabhu does this really nicely.
Yeah.
Questions everyone. He makes
This is
them.
really
Yes, Prabhu. Who can we continue tomorrow? I think so.
Oh yes, Prabhu, it's really late. Yes, Prabhu, you need to go
Yes.
sleep actually. Now let's go to
So you can continue. I can if you.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll read this part to that next page.
Okay.
The first step toward the mathematical integration is quantum field theory, which attempts to describe the behavior of electrons by a combination of quantum mechanics and Einstein's theory of special relativity. This theory has scored some remarkable success. Yet P.A.M. Dirac, the Nobel Prize winning English physicist. What? Where is it? Oh, it's who invented the theory, confessed it seems to be quite impossible to put the theory on a sound mathematical basis. The second and much more difficult step would be to combine general relativity with quantum mechanics, and no one has the faintest idea how to do this. No less an authority than a Nobel laureate physicist, Steven Weinberg, admits that it may take a century or two to get the mathematics together. See, they just say, well, we just need some time. Then we will get the mathematics together.
Yeah.
The cosmologists say that...
I have to now. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
Prabhu.
your
Thank you so much for association.
wonderful passing the best of Paditanam Pravanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Ya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam ba.
Thank you, Amari Prabhu. Thank you, Mani Prabhu. Thank you, Swami Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhu.
Jai Shri
Yeah,
Prabhupada.
The cosmologists say that they need the God to describe the origin of the universe, and they don't have it yet. So that can only mean that their Big Bang theory and inflationary models are without solid foundation. Since the days of Newton and Galileo, the program of physical science has been to express everything in mathematical terms. Furthermore, the mathematical description must be confirmed by observation and controlled experiments. We have shown that the Big Bang theories fail to conform to these requirements. Simplicity has also been stressed as a requirement of a physical theories, and the Big Bang theories also fail in that respect, for they are becoming, as we've seen, progressively more outlandishly contorted with each new formulation. They are just what Galileo and Newton would have disliked, storytelling to fill in the gaps of knowledge. The Big Bang theories would therefore appear to be something less than an actual scientific explanation of the origin of the universe. Nevertheless, in popular magazines and television specials, as well as in the classroom, scientists deliberately give the public the impression that they have already succeeded in demonstrating exactly how the universe originated simply by physical laws. Nothing could be further from the truth. What about galaxies? Okay, tomorrow we continue from what about galaxies? Yeah, today's part was really hard to understand because it has some quantum mechanics and some wormhole and yeah, there was some I don't know.
Yeah, a space worm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
space
you
worm.
see, it's a space worm. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is really, and you know, the funny part is that they say that the Shastra is very hard to understand,
Yes, Prabhu.
but I think this is more hard this is more hard to understand actually.
Yes, Prabhu.
Wow, this is a pain to
Yeah.
just read it, you know.
Yeah, I think because this is so hard to understand, that's why they accept blindly. Because they don't want to tax their brain to try to understand it. So they think that I'm not so intelligent to understand this, but that intelligent man understood it. So I must accept it because he's more
Yeah,
intelligent.
yeah, yeah. Oh, they put their faith to a man,
Yep.
to just yeah, a man. This is
There's some picture. Let's see the picture quickly. The strange properties of quantum mechanics have led some scientists to propose that the entire universe splits continuously into multiple copies in which different histories of events take place. This is actually really common. This is now the most popular thing going on. And they think, this make them think that because there is multiple copies in different multiple copies of one's person life in many different universes. So that makes them think that if you die in this universe, it doesn't matter so much because you're anyways
yeah,
living in multiple amount of universes. So what does it matter
yeah.
if you die?
But yeah, the part that doesn't recognize reincarnation,
Yes, bro.
but they just accept this uh, confused theory.
Yeah. In Einstein,
Reincarnation makes more sense.
In Einstein's conception of the universe, a person is not an individual experiencing successive events, but a four-dimensional space-time worm to which the concept of the passing of time cannot be applied. So here's the space-time worm.
So this is the same person,
Yes, Prabhu.
but different copy.
Yes, Prabhu. And this was the robot says, if I hadn't been properly constructed, I wouldn't be here to ask about it. Yeah, the robot is saying, if I wasn't properly constructed, I wouldn't be here able to ask about it. So how am I able to ask about it if I'm not properly constructed? So the proof that this was properly constructed is that it can think why I was constructed. Because these were not properly constructed, so they cannot think. But the proof that it is constructed is the evidence that there is some construction going on. Not just this machine, that sometimes it makes a constructed robot and sometimes it makes some rubble like this.
Yes, so this is consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu.
They just don't go to the point. They just always beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Always, and it's very hard to just be focused. To what they say, because yeah, they don't uh, they are confused. They are confused, very much confused. So
Yeah. Yes, Sero Prabhu. So but the problem is that they say that they accept that there is creator, but they say that that creator is unintelligent dead matter. That it's just matter that is the creator, but it's not any being that is controlling anything. Like they say energy, but they don't explain what was the first original energy. They just say that energy is created.
so this is envious. They don't want to recognize that they are a higher um, intelligence
Yes,
that
Prabhu.
are behind the scene, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
So yeah, this is envious. They are
I talk
envious.
with many persons like this, and they say that even if there was God, and at the end they would be revealed this truth that there is God and who he is and what the person is. I met many persons who say that even though I met him, I wouldn't want anything to do with him. They say like this. They say he created all the, he created all the troubles of the earth. He created all the cancers, suffering. So I don't want anything to do with that person. They say like this.
All right. And what about the positive part? What about the
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
you
that's
always fulfill your belly, you have a house, and you have a family, and you have your nonsense sense gratification. What about that part? You know, they
yes,
just talk about some things that they didn't like, but this is not
yeah.
what we supposed to ask him. You know.
Yes, Prabhu. That's actually the best argument to that.
Yes, but this is not an argument at all. This is just nonsense.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, they take the car, they take their house. These were not
Yeah.
created by anyone, but the disease that was created.
So we cannot touch the sense gratification. You know when people just are put to regulation, they will become very much aggressive. You know, they don't like this. You know, they just don't like to be regulated.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just want to be. Yeah, I'm God. I'm free. You know, I'm independent, so I cannot be regulated. This is slavery. You know,
yeah.
they will talk like that.
Yes. A slave is complaining about slavery. That's funny.
Yeah, this is the situation. Yeah. This is the situation. But we were like that too. You know.
Yes,
But
Prabhu.
deep down, yeah, I was. I don't know this word in English, but I was wondering why why all this complicated, you know, uh, arrangement uh, are made only by those big bands and theory and this make no sense at all. You know, this make no sense. So I was thinking, yeah, it must be high intelligence that can do that. You know,
Yes, Prabhu.
can just but you know just to talk like that and just to have a conversation about that, you have to find some good friend, that uh, share with you, share the same interest about those topic. Because most of the individual, they just don't care about those things.
Yes, Prabhu.
They just don't want to inquire. They just don't want to know. They just want to enjoy. That's all.
Yeah.
They will tell that this is annoying. You you just find another person to discuss with. This is annoying. I don't want to talk with you.
Mm. Yes, Prabhu.
So
Yeah.
so I don't have the chance to just inquire like we are discussing today when we are sharing about these topics. When I was young, didn't have so much friend that I can talk to like that. Yeah, they just thinking that you are crazy and you are annoying, fellow.
Mm.
So don't. So they will put you apart, and just leave you alone. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So I just think that people who are actually intelligent, they will be alone, you know. They will be not in very social, you know. They will be like those crazy fellow alone, like in a place, because uh, there is no one who can share with them, you know. They will not be understood at all.
Yeah.
So um I think that we can make many devotee, but we can make some quality devotees, some people who will just have a strong faith and just show by example what, you know. So many devotee, no, we cannot do that, because they just want to enjoy, you know. They will find those topic very annoying, actually.
Yeah.
They will not um do some endeavors like us to really focus and just think about the topics and think about the discussion. They don't have time for that. They just watch TV and just, you know, immediate pleasure, immediate uh, yeah,
Yeah.
sense gratification. This is all that matters for them. So um
It's like
now mm, yes, bro.
it's like trying to teach a dog to watch a TV or something while he's having
Yes,
his food bowl in the next room, and you trying to
yes.
teach him, oh, please watch this TV, sit down and look at the TV. Yeah,
Doesn't
and
care.
watch. People just think, oh, where's the food? Oh, it smells so good here. I go there.
Where's my ball? Where's my
Yeah,
ball?
yes, bro.
I want to play. You know, this guy is crazy. What he's doing? Yeah, what
I
he's
was like
doing?
that.
Yeah, this is true. They don't want to just focus 5 minutes. You know, just to, you know, we can tell, because you were telling that sometimes you just don't speak with with those people. You just inquire about them. You just
Yeah,
ask questions, and yeah, because when you speak, they will not listen to you.
yes, bro. Yeah, they
They
will be.
will not listen. Yeah. So the best way is to just ask them some question, and they will find and somehow they will defend themselves,
Yeah,
because they don't have the question. They don't have the answer of the question. So yeah, this is the best way, actually, to confront them.
yes, bro.
Yeah, but don't have I, I I think that I don't have hope about that we can engage some debate with those people. This is impossible.
Yes,
They just have they first have to purify them the tongue by prasad and by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Then they will come to the mode of goodness. They will go to the transcendental platform, actually.
yeah,
Prasad and the Maha Mantra goes beyond goodness.
yes, bro.
So they will understand much more, and they will go much more deeply about those subjects. But
Yeah. If you
now
explain
they
directly, yeah, then their envy will grow, and then they will be more envious to the topic, and
so,
then
so,
they will
so,
want
so
less.
this is, yes, this is like we talked. We have to like Sundar Gopal Das Prabhu told me. We have to first find people who are interested to eat prasad and chant the Maha Mantra,
Yeah.
and then you give them prasad, Maha Mantra, and a little of philosophy, you know, just
Yes,
a
bro.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gradually you just uh, increase the philosophy, you know,
Yes.
and you just let them come to eat prasad more and just chant more, and like this we can make some devotee. This is a process, you know.
Yeah.
This is a process.
After they get
Yeah.
attached to the prasad, we can explain the philosophy of prasad.
Yes.
When they are already
Yes.
attached, then if they're already attached, you cannot, break them so easily because they are already.
Yeah. True.
But if you
because
argue without them having attachment, then they will break, and a broken thing cannot take to it again because it's broken already.
and it's quite it's very interesting, because how can we change our consciousness only by using our tongue? It is very it's not so instinctive, you know. It's not so naturally
Yeah.
to understand, because we we we, we were reading some complicated theory, and just by controlling our tongue we can change our consciousness.
Yes.
This is really incredible, actually. This is I watched some Tadvavid Prabhu video, and this is really deep, you know. Prasad is very deep, and all philosophy, all the Krishna consciousness philosophy is very deep, very, very deep. And the more you advance, the more that the clarity come, you know. The more clarity you the more, yeah. This is like that. The more you advance, the more you chant, the more you purify yourself, and the more uh, the mind become clarified, and you can understand more. So before that, I didn't understand the importance of prasad and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, but now I really understand that this is for our purification, and this is the Lord mercy. So by His mercy, we can understand a little about all this complicated mystery about universe.
Yeah, usually
And all
it's
that.
thought that this tongue is a sense made only for gratifying.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's not, as you said, it's not natural to think that you can learn with the
No.
tongue. Because you can learn
No.
with the eyes, you can learn with the ears, everyone will accept. But you say
Yeah.
you can learn with tongue, then he will say, "Oh, I can just learn what the donut tastes like or what some ice cream tastes like." But what can I really learn? So this is really, it's the best sense for learning.
Yes. And the best thing about prasad is that indirectly you can suggest to people to eat it. They will not be so much cautious, you know, and suspicious about that. They will just eat it because they want to enjoy, you know. So they will eat it, but they don't know at the beginning. They don't know it, that this is the Lord mercy and this is offered to a moti or just pictures, you know.
Yes.
They don't question about it. They will just enjoy. And this is the best part about prasad, that we can just give them prasad and they will enjoy.
Yes,
They will not question at all. But if you give them a book, they will question you. They
Yeah.
will ask you some argument, you know. But prasad, they will not question.
Yes, Prabhu.
If
And the more they enjoy, the more they get benefited also. If they
yes,
enjoy a
yes,
lot, the more benefited.
yes. So this is the best part about prasad. And the Mahamantra, they will question you too. If they don't have some sukliti, or I don't know, they will say, I don't want you to chant this.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
Yesterday, one
But
Christian said like this actually. He said that I said we are praying by reading one mantra. He said that no, I just no, this is not really praying. My praying is that I just want to speak with the Lord. Yeah, he was
yeah,
saying like this, that he
yeah,
doesn't need that this is made up, he said, but we need to
and
speak ourselves.
yeah. So like you say, if we just distribute prasad, they will enjoy, and they will not question at all, but the Lord will give them His mercy.
Yes, bro.
And then they will come again to just have some more prasad, but they will their consciousness will be begin to be cleansed and to
Yeah.
be purified. So they will be more open to such to some philosophy and some Krishna consciousness philosophy, you know. So yeah, the best part, the first thing to do, I think, for us, for you too in Finland, is to distribute prasad. Yeah,
Yes,
this is the best thing to do. I come to that conclusion because yes, the people will not accept very you know like foreigner philosophy or culture, or it's hard for them. But
yes, bro.
when it comes to food, the
Yeah,
tongue
this true.
is very hard to control. The tongue is very, very hard to control. So they will just go to it and just eat it.
Yes, bro.
And yes, this is a victory for us,
Yeah,
because when they eat it, it's all right. They have the Lord mercy, and it's all begin.
yes, bro. Yeah, my sister is like that because he said that no, you don't have to. He said don't talk so much about philosophy. For example, to her son, he said you don't have to talk. But then he said, "Oh, please bring prasadam." He was saying. And just now she sent me a message that this prasad is like the best thing ever.
Yes, so,
And I
so
said, don't bring philosophy here, but please bring the prasad.
but actually, when we bring prasad, we bring the best philosophy, because we bring to him Lord mercy, and Lord mercy is the best thing that we can bring to people.
Yes, bro.
Actually,
Yeah.
because when you have his mercy, you will understand. Gradually, you will
Yeah.
understand. You will
Then
inquire.
then just by looking at the sky or anything, when they stand, suddenly they will get realizations.
Yeah, because they will inquire. They
Yeah.
will inquire. They will be purified enough to just be intelligent enough to inquire. So
Yes, bro.
so this is the point. The prashad. This is the main point, actually. So we have to become expert in making prashad. No, I come to that conclusion. I just want to become expert to that, because I think this is the main point to make some devotee in a place that it, yeah, doesn't have much devotee.
Yes, bro.
You have to attract them, and attract them with Krishna Prasad. Yeah, this is really good,
Yes,
actually.
I will try to make Aero Prabhu Prasad chef.
Oh, very good. Hello, Prabhu. You are becoming a chef.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes, I want to that you become a chef. Then I come to Finland. And I want to taste the prasad.
Yes.
Yeah, I will make a. Yes, of course. Come to Finland.
Yeah, I will come
I will
someday.
make a great prasadam. Okay. Sami will teach
Krishna
me.
will arrange. Yes, I will come, but I will come in summer because
Yes,
in
bro.
winter it's very hot.
Otherwise, it will be
Yeah, summertime is better in Finland. Definitely.
winter. Winter will be real tapasya challenge.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to see. I would like to see you in the Eskimo suite outside doing kirtan.
Oh yes, very nice. I would love to see me like this too.
How about you know
How
we could
how
make
how do I move with those uh, many layers of clothes?
yes,
How
bro.
do I move? Yeah, this is very hard to move, actually.
Yeah, you can have suit like this.
Oh yeah,
It has some saffron color also.
but now it's heavy, or is it heavy? Oh
Yes, bro, like this.
oh yes. Oh
Yes, here just at Mridanga. Ready to go with that.
it's impossible. Oh, very hard to do.
Yes, bro. Okay,
But I
Harimba.
think that you can manage, because I saw some footage of people in Russia. They were doing some Sankirtan, and Yeah, it was snowing, you know. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Perhaps they just can't do this because they are used to it. They are quite strong there. So their
Mm,
body is
here, the Diascam did like this.
yeah. They are brave.
It's
They
also
are
in
very
Russia.
brave. This is in Russia, yes, yes.
Yeah, I never did it in winter because usually the hands freeze.
Yeah, yeah, it's normal. But they will do it.
Yes, bro, this looks nice. Caribou, now let's read Sixastakam prayers. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagninirvapanam shreyah kairavachandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Nam nam akari bahuda nija salva shaktis tatra pita niyamita smalanena karaham tadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi dudaiva midrishamiha janinanulagaham.
Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari.
Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam vachagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhaktirahaitu kitvayi.
Ainandatanuja kinkaram pachitam vishami bhavam bhuto Kalipaya tava padapan kajastitaduri sadrisham vichintayam.
Nayanam galada shrutaraya vadanam gatkadarudaya gira pulakairnichitan vapukada tavanamagrahane pavishyati.
Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravirshaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me.
Ashlisyava padalatam pinashtumam haldashanam almahatam kalotuvam yata tatava vidata patumat plananatastu saivana palam.
Ribo. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
My Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire a beautiful woman, nor do I want any numbers of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in a world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Hari Bol, Sri Siksastakam.
Chai.
10 offenses to the holy name. First offense, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Number 2, could consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu.
Third offense, to disobey the order of the spiritual master.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema.
Hari Bol, Vancha Kalpatarupya. Panchatattva ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Jagat Guru Shnapaka, Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Gaura Prem, Hari Hari Bol.
All.